at that sun. Holy cow, look at that. It's a good shot. The light is shining upon me this morn. What's going on, guys? Today's request comes from the Canadian Gamer. Cameron hit me up and asked basically my thoughts on Capcom nowadays. Cameron was basically saying he was a little worn out by how much they talk about Resident Evil and things like that, and how many releases there are for it. And I think he kind of thinks why there isn't, a little bit more attention to some other things. So let's recap. When I think of Capcom, what have they done the last, I don't know, let's just say 10 years? They did have the Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection game, which I thought was good. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people did not like it. I did. It was one of the hardest games I've ever played. That's for sure. You have to play it on Legend, though. And it plays like classic game, Ghosts and Goblins, where one hit you lose your armor, one hit you lose your skin. Boy, oh boy, that game was tough, dude. Holy shit. You're talking hundreds of deaths on every level almost. It wasn't the best, though. I wish it would have been a little bit more classic. Because they added like a skill tree and all these power-ups. I kind of wish they would have just made it more classic, where you just play levels. Kind of like with the new Contra, what it looks like they're doing. It looks like they're totally going back to classic style. Sometimes those games need to just play the way they've always played. Stop changing it. Sometimes it can be okay, though. But in the case of G&G, probably should have just went back. But I thought it was okay, though. It was a fun game. I liked it. It was a lot better than some of them that have came out. And then you move on to, we've had nothing out of Final Fight, which is crazy, because nowadays there's a lot of beat-em-ups, like Streets of Rage came back, things like that, and we've got the Ninja Turtles game. A lot of good beat-em-ups out there. Double Dragon came back. So it's like, where's Final Fight, man? Where's that at? I don't know. We do have Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter 6. I am not a fan of fighting games. It's not my thing. But I guess it's a really big hit. We had a Mega Man. Mega Man 11 was the last Mega Man. That was made quite a while ago. I would say that was back in like 2017, 2018 maybe? Something like that. I could be wrong. Quite a while ago. It was good, though. I thought Mega Man 11 was the best Mega Man game I've ever played. And I've played quite a bit of them. I've played Mega Man 1 through 10. I've played Mega Man X1 through X3. I played Mega Man 64. So I've played a decent amount of them. The arcade game, I've played both of them. But other than that, we just see a whole giant slew of Resident Evil stuff. And then I know they do Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter I've never been into. I don't know a ton about it, but that's because I'm not into it. I've seen it, and I'm just like, I'm good, I do know that it's kind of a popular franchise, though. But, yeah, Resident Evil. I've never thought to play all these remakes because, to be honest, I like the original ones. That's just the way I am. I like to go back and play the original. I'm not a big fan of changing everything and kind of forgetting the original. I know the old games were tank controls and things like that, but I liked it. I mean, Resident Evil was awesome back then, and I think it's awesome now. Those. If I was going to go back and play the Resident Evils, it'd be those. I wouldn't play the remakes. I would play the originals. So, I've played, in my life, I've beaten the first 3, and then I've beaten Survivor. So that's what I've done. As for Biohazard, I did think it was a good game, but something that, and then they got Village, but something that Cameron was saying that's very true is it's almost like, though, that those games don't belong in the same universe as the Resident Evil games. It almost feels like it's just a completely different game, a different franchise, which I agree it does. It doesn't seem like it shouldn't be called Resident Evil. It should just be called Biohazard, and Village. Resident Evil is just kind of letting you know, hey, this is the makers from this, but really it's kind of a different game, First person, way different. But, I mean, I didn't beat Biohazard. I played it when I was traveling on my trip to Kansas City that I talk about quite often. I played a lot of games on that trip. And I played Biohazard, and I thought it was really cool. Just kind of not into those types of games anymore. So I never got all the way through it or whatever. But it was a fun game. It was a fun game. It was real scary, for sure. For sure, dude. Like, a lot of jump scares that seriously get you. Very intense battles and stuff. So I'm sure, to be fair, I'm sure Village is good. I'm sure it is. And I'm sure they're going to come out with another game, too. I forgot what it's called. Didn't they announce something? So, yeah, my thoughts on Capcom, though, his big thing was really worn out of Resident Evil. That's all you hear about. I will say that's true. Like, when you think Capcom nowadays, all you think about is, well, another Resident Evil, right? I'm not a big Resident Evil guy. So, obviously, I don't show that much attention. I don't care about it. I kind of roll my eyes when I see Resident Evil stuff because it just seems like every month you're getting a new Resident Evil. I know that's not true, but it just seems like it. It's not a big event anymore when you hear about a Resident Evil something coming out because they're so frequent. There's a reason why something like Grand Theft Auto 6 right now is such a big deal. It's because they're not frequent at all, dude. We haven't had one in like 10 years. It's crazy. Xbox 360, PS3 was the last Grand Theft Auto. I'm sorry, no it wasn't. It was Grand Theft Auto 5. But you know what I mean. It's been a fucking long time, dude. But, I guess that's my thing, though. Is it just Resident Evil, it's all you ever hear about, dude. It's not that good. It really isn't. I don't feel like I'm missing anything when I don't play that. I really don't. But I love the old ones. I loved them back then. I love them now. I will agree that, yes, yeah, they're the tank controls. That can be kind of rough, right? But, just like anything else in gaming, we got used to it back then. You get used to it now. The N64 controller is garbage, but we all got used to it, didn't we? So, I mean, you mold to it, right? You get used to it. And you learn to fight with tank controls. You learn to do it, And, that's just it. That's the ones I want to play. I don't think they need to remake everything. And that's a whole other conversation about remakes. I mean, I'm so overdone by remakes, dude. I mean, not everything needs to be fucking remade, man. Holy shit. But, anyway, I guess my opinion on Capcom nowadays, and you guys can put down in the comments below what you think about Capcom nowadays, but I guess it's just, I don't know. They're not really existent to me. They don't do anything that I give a crap about, to be honest with you. Like I said, Ghosts and Goblins, I applauded that. A lot of people hated on that, though, but I guess everybody wants different things than me. I guess I'm a lot different than most people. I continue to want things to play classic and be classic, and everybody likes all the new age stuff. Like, they want Resident Evil to be over the shoulder and be high action and stuff, where I like Resident Evil when it was more like chill and creepy, and the camera was set in one spot type of shit. And I mean, that's how I would like to play it. It was creepy, man. Back then it was a creepy game. But that's what everybody likes. And as for Street Fighter, like I said, I'll never care about that. It's just not my thing. I'm sure it's good for people who like fighting games, like, good for you guys. It's just not me, And then, hey, when they did Mega Man and everything, it was awesome. So if they announced Mega Man 12 or something, I mean, I'd be all for it, dude. I mean, because they killed it. Mega Man 11 was awesome, dude. That was a good fucking game. And they stuck to being classic. You played each stage, got power-ups from each stage. You could use the bolts to upgrade your guy. And then Dr. Wily's at the end. You go through his castle and you beat him. I mean, it was awesome. It was fucking awesome, dude. They did it like you were supposed to. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection was pretty much classic. You put it on Legend, it plays just like classic. It's hard as balls. I thought it was awesome, you know. But everybody ragged on it, dude. It's weird. I don't know. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my thoughts. Is they're just kind of there. Maybe I'm missing games that they're coming out with that they make or whatever, but no offense. I mean, they're obviously not anything that I care about, otherwise I would play it, you know? But I mean, give us a final fight. You know, that'd be cool. And they got a lot of other people. I know if I would have looked it up before this video, I know they got a lot of other mascots and things like that. Capcom's a big company. I mean, show some attention to other things than just Resident Evil. And I think that's Cameron's problem too, is can we just stop hearing about Resident Evil all the time and like there's other things, man. You know, and I would agree with that. I would agree with that. We've got enough Resident Evil, man. Like we can do something else, you know? It's like if Konami started coming out with stuff, that's the easiest comparison. And you know, you see like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff for Castlevania, which we would love, right? That'd be cool. Castlevania is a huge franchise and we love it. But sooner or later, you'd be getting that, hey, how about a Contra game? You know, or really that's kind of what's going on. We've had 2 Contra games. Where's Castlevania? That's what everybody's saying, right? They're about to come out with another Contra. Where's the new Castlevania game? You know? Where's all these games, dude, that are really cool? You know, there's a lot of other franchises, too. Where are they at? You know? Hey, Capcom, how about come out with another Bionic Commando? You know? How about do that? I mean, I don't know. They had the one way back, and I heard it was a decent game. I don't know. How about come out with one of those? You know? I don't know, man. But probably just because Resident Evil is making them a lot of money. Let's be honest, that's all it's ever about. I mean, Resident Evil 2? Resident Evil 2 Remake is up for Game of the Year, isn't it? Isn't that one of the nominations? I mean, when they're getting nominations for Game of the Year, they're going to continue to do it. You know, that's just, on their behalf, that is common sense. I would too, because it's all about making money. That's all it's about. They don't care what you want, you know. But if they're getting good reception on what they're making and you're loving it by nominating it like that, well, then they're going to keep doing it, you know. Even if it's something they don't want to do. Maybe somebody does have a bright new idea. You know, for instance, Contra. Everybody just wants classic Contra, dude. That's what we want. So every time they do something different, what does it do? Kind of bombs. Contra Rogue Corps. Contra Rogue Corps kind of bombed because they had this bright idea to do something else. Well, nobody liked it. So what'd they do? Went back to classic. Because they're hoping that it'll sell. Now, if this doesn't sell good, they're probably going to give up. You know, they're like, fuck it, you guys are idiots. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you guys, you know? So, really, if you're a big fan of something you want, I mean, the Resident Evil fans, they go out and get the games, though. You know, it's what they do, so they're giving you more of it. They're going to remake every motherfucking game, dude. Pretty soon you'll have a Resident Evil Biohazard remake, even though that's, like, still relatively new. You know? Oh, they remake shit, I feel like, after it's like a year old now. It's just because they know you'll buy it, though. That's what, it's money. It's just money, dude. That's all it is. If you guys are just going to rebuy everything all the time and they're going to make buku bucks over it, well, they're going to keep doing it. I mean, that's just common sense. It's a business, dude. You know? If they can just do simple-ass shit like remake stuff, then they're going to keep doing it. I mean, I would too. You know? So, that's probably what it is. But yeah, Capcom to me nowadays, I mean, I don't play much Capcom games, that's for sure. Old stuff. But, anyway, I'm pulling up naked at work. I'm gonna get fucking naked as fuck today. I don't care what they say. If they fire me, they fire me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going.